boy Michael.
And Shaisha.
So the topic today.
Can women and men be best friends without having any sexual interest towards each other?
The idea of having a female friend, someone I hang out with often, who is my friend, and we're purely platonic, is garbage.
And trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity. Because we're guys.
Men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way.
Can men and women be platonic friends with each other while they're in a committed relationship?
And I say yes.
Yeah, I think a man can have a relationship with a friend and it can be platonic. I agree.
And I completely agree.
Yeah, I think the manosphere don't agree because they think that men are generally, they're in the friend zone and they secretly have these desires. And I personally think those men are weak because I never did the thing where it's like, I'm in a friend zone and I'm just gonna pretend like we're friends or whatever. Like, that's not your friend. Like, that's weak to me. I'm not gonna be pretending to be your friend and then when an opportunity strikes, you're in a bad moment and I'm just gonna be like, gotcha, bitch. Ha, let's.
So do you think it's weak only if they're waiting around and not dating? What if they're like dating but then like kind of just still friends with her?
Let's say, for instance, I have this woman and I'm single and I'm really digging this woman. I want to be in a relationship, or even if it's a physical thing. I want more, but I'm going to say, oh, I'm fine with being your platonic friend. No, I'm not going to be giving her platonic friendship when I know I want more than that. I think that's weak. I think men shouldn't put themselves in that position. Like, I don't want to hear about the guys you smashing and, oh, you got your heart broke again. Like, no, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying, because I'm not being authentic with my true self. My true self wants whatever it is, whether it's bedroom fun or whether it's something deeper. And then I'm going to tell you I'm going to be a platonic friend. No, I'm not. I don't play those games. I don't play along with that, yeah.
That makes sense. So I guess for me, I say yes because it's happened before, like with my ex-fiance, so what, that was like 6+ years ago.
I know you friend zone a lot of men. So.
Yeah, friend zone people. Friend zone people, or even just like friends in general.
Yeah, you just friend zoning everybody.
Your friend, your friend, your friend. Oh, that was a good one. So for me, I would say with ex-fiance, a lot of the male friends that I had were also his friends. It wasn't, I don't even think like a boundary that we set, but that's just kind of what it was. But then also I had friends like that I went to school with. I think of like my ex-partner from 2+ years ago. Like, was very comfortable with him, African guy, you know who you are. Was very comfortable with him having like friends, like girlfriends outside of our relationship. Some of my boundaries were like, I just wanted to know details of stuff. That's the main boundary.
So you wanted to know the details?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Not every single detail.
Right,
I'm just saying, say if you're like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with so-and-so.
Okay.
Oh, okay, like, have fun. We'll talk about it when you come back. But it's not like, oh my gosh, where are you? Where have you been? I don't do that.
Yeah.
But I think of, for me, like, to give you an example, like, when we were together, his ex kind of came back in his life. And, like, for me, it's like, I'm going to trust you until you show me not to trust you. Yeah. So I'm that person. Once you show me that I can't trust you, then we'll decide what we want to do from there. But, like, literally told him, like, she's going to try to have sex with you. Constantly telling him this. Mind you, they would hang out. I'm like, I don't care, just be honest and be open. So I like a lot of transparency. So boundary, just be transparent. If I ask something, then please tell me. Don't hide stuff. Yeah. And of course, they wind up like having sex. So for stuff like that, then it made me lose trust in that situation of when he was with female partners, or not partners, but just like friends. So like when a situation happens, then I do understand like why people have certain insecurities around their guy or girl hanging out with the opposite sex. But it's like, if nobody has ever showed you that they're going to wrong you from the opposite sex, then I feel like you need to give people a chance. So that's my take. And so for me, I think there's need to be some level of trust. Because I was told when I was much younger that you don't want to put yourself in a position to cheat or in a position to even be tempted. Can you be around women and not expect you to get tempted by wanting to do more? That's why I think men have to be authentic with themselves.
99% of these dudes who are your friends are deceiving with their intentions.
Facts.
And it's beta male bullshit.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to be her friend, knowing that you want to smash if the opportunity came across. Like, nah.
Yeah.
And a lot of men are like that. So I get what a red pill community is like. You know, if your girl got a male best friend or whatever. Like, I've had female best friends, yeah, that's like, no, I would never want to do nothing because one, there was no attraction there. I feel like there has to be attraction for something like that to happen. If there's no attraction there, I think you don't have nothing to worry about.
Right. I would agree. But I also feel like, I think just because I'm poly, some of that is different.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I don't mind those things. It's really hard. It's really complicated. I just want to shout out JD's channel because we got this topic from him. Who can relate? That's where I got this, like, where we got this, we wanted to do this episode from.
Yeah.
So I feel like, really, as long as there's boundaries, then it's fine. Something that I used to say to some of like people that I've dated in the past is like, I trust you, but I don't trust them.
Yeah,
so it's like
I've heard that a lot from
yeah.
women too. Yeah, it's like, I trust you, but I don't trust them, and that's where the temptation part comes in. If you're a man, say for instance you have issues controlling yourself sexually, and you go to a strip club. That's almost like a crackhead going to the crack house and like, oh, I ain't gonna smoke crack.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, no, why put yourself in a bad situation where you can be tempted? Yeah, and sometimes that temptation is just too strong.
It's too strong, yeah. So no, I would agree with that. So both of us clearly, we both think yes, but I think you just have to have some boundaries. So like, what would you say some of your boundaries are? Like, if your wife has like a male best friend.
My wife have worked with men. I think she worked with mostly men, what she does for work. And I trust her.
All you gotta do is shake my hand, and we're a tag team.
I can't believe it. I'm now the partner.
DTA, you stupid piece of trash. Don't ever trust nobody.
I've always been up the camp. It's like, if something was to happen, yes, I would be hurt, but I'm like also strong enough to be like, no, I can just walk away. She'll lose me, and that'll be her fault. You know, so I'm not. It'll be her fault. She'll lose a good thing. You know, I just learned I can't control what somebody else do. I'm not a big fan of controlling nothing because I know I can easily go out and, you know, just as easy as she can go out there and do something, I can go out there and do something too. And I think that's kind of holds you in a space where it's like, I don't need to be controlling, you know, because I've been in a situation where it was like I had a lot of pressure to be like, where are you going and all this stuff. And that's not. I can't be in that type of space. Like, for me, that I can't do that. I'm not about to be watching every move and all that shit.
Right.
You know?
So I guess for me, I don't consider like a boundary controlling. So for me, that's the difference. Because I'm very free spirit. So for me, I'm like, I want people to consistently be making their own choices, and it's to be choosing me. Like if you decide to choose somebody else, like you said, we'll figure out what we need to do from there. But it's also, we both have different relationship dynamics. So for me, it's like, I'm a little bit more open than him. But it's like, I think, like, when I think of boundaries, for example, sometimes it's more of like I said, I just want to know. It's not like, you have to tell me this. You need to check in 2 or 3 hours. So it's not controlling. It's like, oh, like, this weekend my partner, like, mind you, I'm single right now, but like, just hypothetically, this weekend my partner might hang out with some of his guy friends. There might be girls there. He's going to have fun. I'm going to go do my own thing with my people. That might be with Michael and his wife. That might be dancing. That could be traveling. And then when me and that person reconnect, then we're going to talk about it. And then if something doesn't feel right, then we're going to try to discuss it. To bring up the past, like, I think of one of my exes, the same ex, like, I remember him telling me that he would purposely be like, oh, my girlfriend's not here. So stuff like that was triggering for me. This was like 2.5 years ago. And I'm like, why would you purposely tell people that? Mind you, we were in a monogamous relationship, so it looked different, but like one of those things, for example, it's like, people know you have a girlfriend, but you're telling them that your girl is not here. Why so? So when people are trying to gauge the situation, to get attention, like stuff like that, then that makes me feel uncomfortable.
So I got a thing that just came up because I had an issue with an ex before who hated the fact that I was friends with other exes. And this is my thought on this. Like, can a friend that you used to be in a relationship with, what about that type of friendship? Yeah, because I've had situations where I'm like, I know we're never going to do anything again. Once I get to the point in a relationship where I feel like, it didn't work out, I don't. But I get some women saying like, no, you can't be friends with an ex. You know, so that's another, I guess, a tricky thing there. Friends with exes. Yeah,
it's very complex. Truthfully, normally when I break off things with people, I'm normally like, let's be friends. Unless I broke things off, like he or she or whoever broke things off with me and it ended bad, then that's different. But like normally I'm like,
if you break it up, then you cool. Hey, be friends. What about they break up with you?
That's still fine, but I would need space.
Right,
I still would need space. So like I would need time to kind of like detached from the situation, depending on how long I've been with them.
Unleash
but
the heartstrings and all that.
So for me, it's like it depends on how it ended. That's really it. Like, was it
shenanigans going on?
Right. Like, what was the situation? So, but I think that it's fine to be friends with exes. Like he said, though, as long as say the attraction level is gone, then that's different. But say in my heart, I still want to be with this ex. But because they broke up with me, then I don't feel like we should be hanging out like together, because then that's going to relight flames and stuff. So for me, it's like I feel like if there's that type of energy, no, like let's take space. Maybe when you have a girlfriend, I have a boyfriend, something like that, then maybe we can be friends. But right now, if we're still single, then no. Yeah,
in my personal life, I wouldn't want my wife to be friends with an ex, and I'm not friends with any exes. But it has came up where we're like, oh, you're still friends with this like ex. Friends with benefits, you know, where I think like that's another component to it. Like, okay, you wasn't in a relationship together, but it was a physical relationship.
Right.
You know, what does that look like? And that's uncomfortable. Now that I'm married, I have to put my wife's feelings first. Like, where like she's gonna be the mother of my kids, and she's my wife, and I care about like how she feels. So, but I would definitely try to ask for trust.
DTA, you stupid piece of trash. Don't ever trust nobody.
If I knew deep down inside like something was there, then I'd be like, okay, and she told me I don't feel comfortable with something, then I'll be like, okay, I'll have to take a look at that. But other than that, you know, I'm not gonna just not regard her feelings or whatever in that situation. Because I want my shit regarded. If I'm like, nah, I don't like this situation with you and her ex or somebody he was with before or whatever, and I'm not 100% trusting.
Don't ever trust nobody.
Like, I am kind of red pill to the fact where it's like, I know women are hypergamy, man. But I'm also of the camp, like, man, you can't stop a person from doing what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Like, if they're going to cheat on you, you better have your stuff together. So when you get over that hurt break, you can go out and still be a functioning member of society. You don't crumble down when you know, somebody go out and cheat on you, you know?
No, I agree with that. It's like you said, we can't control people. All of us are going to do what we want to do regardless. Of course, you want to put like you said, you want to put your partner's feelings like at the top, especially because you're in like that next level or next step or like that hierarchy of like relationships now. So that makes sense.
I think this is it. This was a good conversation. We're both pro. Hey, if you in a relationship, you got friends of the opposite sex, go for it.
Yes, friends of the opposite sex while in a relationship. Let us know what you guys think down below
in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share the video.
Yes, and until next time.
Ow!